行くぞ。さあどうぞご覧くださいだべ。逆にさっきいた先輩から懸賞金5億ベリー。5億だ。やったー。
Luffy's shocking new bounty after Whole Cake Island, a One Piece chapter review. Hi everyone, Flying Panda. Before the new year I asked you what you want to see from me in the community tab and you all mentioned chapter reviews, so here it is. So yeah, spoiler alerts. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. So now you heard me and you're still here, let's begin. Luffy, wow, he slowly can see the future, and this was seen when he was fighting against Katakuri. As was mentioned back a few chapters ago, Rayleigh stated Luffy needs to have a clear mind to unlock the true potential of Haki, and again, he remembered this well. It was stated by Rayleigh that you can train your Haki all you like, but the true fruits of Haki bloom during the heat of intense clash between two strong Haki users. This fight is exactly what Luffy needs in order to level up his Haki to the next stage. Plot armor would be a different situation in which Luffy would win the fight simply because he's Luffy, which Oda would never do. Even Katakuri was shocked. This leads to why I believe Luffy will exceed the 1 billion berry mark. The reason for this is because every opponent Luffy defeats is reported. The key word here. It exceeds the opponent by a fair margin. We saw this with Arlong, Crocodile, and now potentially Katakuri. Charlotte Katakuri is worth 1 billion berry, and when Luffy defeats him, then Luffy will exceed his bounty further. After Luffy causing all these issues for everyone, especially Big Mom, this will be reported by Big News Morgan. Like all forms of media, Morgan will milk the story as much as possible to make exposure for what he witnesses and make Luffy his main headline. Morgan will have fun. Luffy ruins a massive wedding tea party of the Yonko and even beats up some of the commanders. Let me ask you this, what do you all think of Luffy's potential new bounty? Please leave your comments down below. Let me put this here, Luffy is fighting Katakuri because he wants to, not because he has to. The moment he traps Katakuri in his mirror world, his friends will save from him, as long he would hold off onto Brûlé. He wants to overcome someone of Katakuri's caliber before going to Wano due to his selfish desire of becoming stronger. One could even go as far as to say that right now, the fight against Katakuri is arguably more important than his friend's well-being. Then again, I know he could have trapped Katakuri in the mirror world, but I don't think that his crewmates would approve of that. I know they would probably be fine with it. He just came back without having defeating Katakuri, but wouldn't that leave some weird feeling for them? Their captain retreat in the fight, give up on fighting, not finishing something as their captain? That's not how it's supposed to go, you know? Every time Oda wants Luffy to learn some new kind of Haki technique, we get a Rayleigh flashback. I guess this is how it's going to be explained for most of Haki, because we're not going to get a time skip like everybody keeps mentioning back in the days. Not me anyway. Luffy has been known to have incredible resilience via his fight with Rob Lucci when he refuses to go down, so lasting this long in a fight, especially one in which Luffy takes consecutive damaging blows to his body, isn't much of an ass pull. I'm expecting Luffy's victory against Katakuri to be epic as hell. The fact that observational Haki is getting all the attention in this arc shows just how important and powerful one can be if they master this advanced technique, as I mentioned about the video about Haki level 2. Now enough about Luffy, now on to Sanji. Serious. If it is confirmed that Pudding is around 15 years old or younger, dear oh dear. But maybe, I think Pudding is the 35th child, not the 35th daughter, while Pharynth is the 33rd daughter. Let's hope so for Sanji's sake. People really need to keep an open mind though. The world does not revolve around the belief set you have grown up with. Yes, in our Western modern age of consent would be around 16 years old, but if people could see beyond the bubble they live in, they would see that first, Japan's age of consent is 13 years old, and second, One Piece is set in the era of piracy where the age of consent was 12 years old. Further considering the fact that Big Mom would want to marry off her children for political gains as soon as they are of marriageable age, it would actually be logical for Oda to want Pudding to be young. These are fictional characters. No one's human rights are being violated here. It won't even matter in the long run, since Oda doesn't write a romance story anyway. They won't even kiss, marry or do the nasty. This relationship is a bit of a comedic relief and will end at the end of the arc anyway. However, if we talk about that matter seriously, there is a reason why in most countries kids that are younger than 14 or so can't marry. They are simply kids at that age. I mean, if the law is different in other countries, okay, has to be tolerated, but I, for example, find it also a bit weird when a guy, much older, let's say 20 years, fancies a girl that's about 13 to 14 years old. Look at the facts here. No matter what way you look at it, Sanji's pervertism is viewed as a gag to us viewers and the manga characters. Nami doesn't demand Luffy to kick Sanji out of the crew. Nami doesn't give Sanji to the Navy for sexual assault. Nami gets angry and hits him, but then moves on from it, talking normally with him. Hate it or not, it's a fact. Just look at the way Nami is with Sanji and Brook versus Absalom. This is the difference from what Oda does. This is for laughs versus when he wants it to be taken seriously. Now, don't get me wrong, you can totally hate Sanji for his gags. You can also like Sanji, but absolutely abhor his gags too. No one is forcing you to, otherwise. But you can't blame our fans if they still like Sanji. You can't blame them if they laugh at some of his gags or don't mind them. But anyways, what's with Oda and his need to torture Sanji? This last year's year of Sanji hasn't actually been great for him, has it? First he pairs up with Okuma's and even dresses him up like a girl. Then he makes lust after Viola, who then ends up being revealed to have a romantic relationship with Doflamingo. Then he makes him horny for fairies, and now a 13-year-old, aka Pudding. That's so messed up, isn't it? Listen, Oda-san, Sanji is not a punching bag for your jokes. Funny thing is, Pudding has the 5th most votes for the hottest girl in Whole Cake Island in many forums that I've seen. So you better take the votes because of this chapter. Goddamn pedos. Jokes aside, besides the bounty, I believe Katakuri will be humiliated in front of his fanbase in the manga. His fangirl sister will be disappointed and switch to being a Luffy fanboy, while his fanbase will get angry at his sister legitimately cry for Katakuri. To round up, it's a fairly good chapter, especially in New Year. Again, it's seeing Katakuri and Luffy fighting, but it should come to a conclusion very soon, especially now Luffy is getting used to Katakuri's attacks and Katakuri is starting to see the potential of Luffy. Katakuri has lost his main strength, which is seeing the future. So if Luffy is doing that, what is so special about Katakuri now? So to round up chapter 891, they are trusting me. Luffy and Katakuri battle is still ongoing. Luffy can start to see the future now, so eventually he'll start to beat Katakuri because Katakuri is no longer special. I believe after the arc, Luffy will get a massive bounty upgrade that will shock the whole world again. It's still funny seeing that Katakuri's sister has a fan base for him, but when Luffy starts to defeat him, she would put all that fan base and support Luffy instead, having a mini Luffy cheerleading team. It's quite shocking to find out Pudding's potential age. Hopefully it's a typo, but where things stand, it doesn't look like it. Let's hope it changes. It hasn't been a great year for Sanji so far, so hopefully this doesn't end it this way. Especially now we're going to the Wano arc very soon now. At least they finished creating the cake for Big Mom, but it's already too late. And finally, there's gonna be a break next week. What do you think of this video? I've done it for you guys. What do you think of this video? I've done it for you all. Please leave a comment down below. Please hit like, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Bye, and